Namaskar. Today I will be discussing a little bit about a term, even though sounding very noble, has been used very loosely and with a malafide intent of dividing the society by the politicians who belong to the opposition. And the term is equality. The term is very noble, then why do I say that the politicians of the opposition are using it with a malafide intent and to divide the society? The reason being, they not only use the term very loosely, but they use it without defining it. And when they are talking about equality, on the one hand they say, Jitni abadi utna hak. And at the same time, the stated policy of the same politicians is that the minority of the nation have the first right on the resources of the nation. Aren't these two statements contradictory in itself? Then can we not say that they are using it loosely to create a rift in the society? Now, does that mean that I am against equality? No, certainly not. Even our constitution talks about equality in a particular context. The preamble of our constitution guarantees equality of status and of opportunity. Then we come to Article 14, which guarantees us equality before law. Then we come to Article 16, which guarantees us equality of opportunity in matters of public employment. And then in the directive principles of the state property, we have Article 39A, which guarantees us equal justice. Now, it is in this context that the Constitution talks about equality. Then what kind of an equality do we want? Now, to understand this, I'll give you a small example from our everyday life. Now, each one of us would have stitched a shirt from a tailor, right? Now, there are some tailors who charge around 350 to 400 rupees to stitch a shirt, and the quality that we expect of the shirt that it would turn out to be is of a particular level. And there are tailors who charge you 1000 rupees or more to stitch a shirt. But then the stitch, the fit of the shirt would be way different than what one can expect from a tailor who charges 350 rupees. Now let us call the tailor who charges 350 rupees Mr. A and the tailor who charges 1000 rupees or more Mr. B. Now if we talk about equality in the way the opposition wants to talk, then probably they would do either of these scenarios. The first scenario would be that they would say that no, both of them should charge 350 rupees. Now what would be the result of this? Obviously, the thread, the machine, the craftsman that tailor B uses to prepare a shirt for which he charges 1000 rupees as his charges would be costlier than the one used by the other tailor who charges rupees 350. Now, can this tailor afford to use the same thread, machines and the craftsman by charging 350 rupees? The obvious and the honest answer is no. So what will happen? This gentleman will be forced to give an inferior quality good because he is being forced to charge only 350 rupees. Is this desirable? Certainly no, right? Now see the second scenario. The government says, no, since both are tailors, equal fees. Both should charge 1000 rupees. Now what happens? This gentleman who charges 350 rupees is very happy thinking, wow, now I will get 1000 rupees. But what will the customer choose? Won't the customer say that if I am going to pay 1000 rupees, let me go to Mr. B who charges 1000 rupees but delivers a far superior service and product than Mr. A? Definitely yes, right? And so what will happen? Mr. A who used to charge 350 because of government largesse, he now can charge 1000 rupees, will run out of business, right? Now change the scenario to the third thing that could happen. The third thing that could happen is the government enforces a law which says that if you are going to Mr. B who charges you 1000 rupees for your shirt, under law you are required to stitch at least 2 shirts from Mr. A, who charges 350 rupees. Now what will happen? Mr. A will be happy that without doing anything, I'll get two more customers. But what happens with this genuine customer of Mr. B? He will be forced to get 2 shirts stitched from Mr. A, which are not to his liking, which are not to his satisfaction. In this scenario, can we not safely say that he would be unhappy in the situation? So where is the win-win for all in this mad rush for equality? Then isn't there way out? Or we can't do anything about it? What are we talking about? Yes, definitely there is a way out, and the preamble of our constitution itself guides us as to what is the way out. And it says equality of status and of opportunity. So now, as I said, Mr. A charges 350, Mr. B charges 1000 rupees to tailor made a shirt. Now, if Mr. A wants to enhance his service, wants to enhance his product to the level where he can charge 1000 rupees, then definitely he will need better thread, he will need better machines, he will need better craftsmen. Now this is where the role of the government comes in. The government should act in a manner such that Mr. A has easy access to a better thread, better machines and better craftsmen. Better craftsmen, obviously the government would play a role in setting up institutes where the better craftsmen are being trained. Also the machines would be made available and the thread. Another role then the government can play is, now when this Mr. A is putting in all his efforts to come up to a level of Mr. B and can charge 1000 rupees, it is quite possible that Mr. B would create hurdles and hindrances in the path of Mr. A. This is where the government has to come in and ensure that Mr. B cannot do that. And that is the equal opportunity that is guaranteed under the Constitution of India. So if anyone who says jitni abadi utna hak, or at the same time says the minorities have a first right to the resources of the nation, then they are certainly doing it with a mala fide intention of creating a division in the society which is not at all desirous. So the constitution guiding principle of equality of opportunity, where the government acts as a facilitator if someone wants to enhance his ability and rise up in life. That is the equality that we need as a society if we want to become a developed nation. Thank you. Jai Hind.